Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Monday, June 6, 2016. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. The Prime Minister, Edi Rama, and the Democratic Party Chairman Lulzum Basha are currently holding a meeting at the Palace of Congress. Along with the leaders of the Socialist and Democratic parties, the chairman of the Ad Hoc Commission, the vice chairman of the Socialist Movement for Integration, the chairman of the Democratic Parliamentary Group, and the co-chairman of the Ad Hoc Commission will also attend the meeting. Earlier today, the U.S. Ambassador Donald Liu held a meeting with Mr. Basha at the Democratic Party headquarters. Recently, the U.S. Ambassador has intensified his agenda of meetings with the political leaders regarding the judicial and electoral reforms. Ambassador Liu's meeting with the DP chairman lasted about 50 minutes, and it is not officially known what they discussed. Those sources told Aura News that they spoke about the party's disagreements and efforts to reach consensus. After the meeting with the ambassador, the DP chairman appeared calm. A few minutes after his meeting with Ambassador Liu, Mr. Basha held a meeting with the former Prime Minister Sali Berisha, which lasted for only several minutes. The Greek foreign minister held the first meeting of his two-day official visit with the Albania's foreign minister, which lasted about 60 minutes today. After the meeting in Tirana, the ministers gave a press conference where they conveyed an optimistic spirit of cooperation and commitment to solve all disputes. The Cham issue was among the most important issues the ministers discussed, and the Greek foreign minister made a division between the Chams who cooperated with the invaders and the innocent civilians. Regarding the issue, there are some old Cham Christians who were converted to Muslims in 1911 and today are Greek citizens. Also, there are a few who collaborated with the German occupiers who were convicted by Greek courts under Greek and international law. They left the country and were not executed. I think we must be careful when we talk about these Cham, and that by this we do not mean any group of Albanian citizens, and we do not mean Albania. I say this because some want to confuse all Albanians with a group of Nazi collaborators. They want to confuse them with a group of Albanians who have never lived in Greece. The Albanian foreign minister made clear that the Cham issue exists and that it must be solved. He insisted that the treaty of friendship between the two countries will be the basis to find the solutions to the disputes. Mr. Bashadi emphasized that Albania has no territorial claims to Greece. The Cham issue derives from World War II. We have different viewpoints over this issue and others as well. But we believe in a realistic treating of the issue, which would soften the nationalist tones and establish the justice that has been lacking. I think this is the moment to be clear and direct. Albania does not have territorial claims to Greece. We accept and respect Greece as our neighbor. We are asking for the respect of fundamental rights of the Cham population, who in fact were Albanians with a Greek citizenship, said the Albanian Prime Minister. Regarding the law on war, the Greek foreign minister said that the two countries are not at war and that the countries have a peace treaty. A number of protesters from the Cham Association, supported by the Party for Justice, Integrity and Unity, blocked the street outside the Albanian Foreign Ministry building for about 5 hours. The protesters asked for the law on war to be removed, which may solve the Cham issue. The situation escalated before the arrival of the Greek foreign minister, but Minister Bashadi went out to calm the crowd down. After communicating with the head of the Cham party and the vice speaker of parliament, Mr. Idrisi, the latter demanded the crowd clear the road. The Greek foreign minister and his delegation were compelled then to enter using the side door. After the foreign minister's press conference, the Party for Justice, Integrity and Unity chairman declared that the Greeks are the ones who have cooperated with the fascists and that the Chams were killed by the Greek fascists. The PJIU chairman added that they have evidence to prove the attacks against Chams. Economic experts declared that businesses are encountering difficulties regarding property issues and contracts. The judicial reform is important, especially for attracting foreign investors. The experts say that business owners have to wait a long time before receiving an answer to the problems they encounter. The economic experts asked for the rapid adoption of the judicial reform, which, according to them, is important for increasing security in the business community, which would improve the business climate and attract foreign investors. According to the experts, the current business climate is connected to the unstable fiscal policies, stating that the government should pay attention to the business troubles. Recently, the business community, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank have all appealed for the judicial reform to be adopted as soon as possible in order to provide a more secure environment for businesses. The Supreme State Audit sued 9 officials from 3 municipalities, accusing them of violating public procurement procedures, misappropriating 55.7 million lek from the state budget. The defendants are 6 officials and 3 work supervisors who stand accused of violating public procurement procedures and failing to implement public contracts. According to the SSA, the defendants stand accused of abuses made with procurement procedures and unfairly disqualifying economic operators by using double standards. Also, supervisors of the roadwork are accused of reporting work that has not been done or having reported payments twice for the same work. Tirana's mayor, Ariane Villiers, inaugurated the kindergarten of Administrative Unit number 5 in Tirana today. The mayor declared that the reconstruction of the kindergarten is a promise he made when he became mayor. I have promised to reconstruct all the kindergartens since my first year in office, and I am close to keeping my promise. Tirana has wasted a lot of time, and we are currently working hard for the construction of the playgrounds and reconstruction of the kindergartens. Administrative Unit number 5 is the largest unit in Tirana and has the best kindergartens, said the mayor. Mr. Villiers explains that services for children with special needs will be included in the kindergartens for the first time. I am happy to announce that special services for children with Down syndrome and autism will be included in the kindergartens for the first time. We believe that all children are special, but some of them need more help, declared the mayor. According to the Tirana Mayor, the kindergarten reconstructions have been made thanks to the financial contribution of businesses. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.